Hey all of you, it's Jared again, back with another video, a very quick one today. I just wanted to update you on the situation between Nigel Farage and Tommy Robinson. I know I go on and on about Mr. Farage, but I have to call him out for what he is. He is an absolute coward, and he has exposed himself as one of the biggest lying politicians that we have witnessed. He's been constantly and consistently throwing Tommy under the bus. I'm going to show a few video clips of him doing this on LBC, a mainstream media platform, in front of many thousands of listeners all across the UK. And then I'll show you another clip where Tommy responds from his own prison cell to the lies that Nigel Farage is telling us. He's telling us that Tommy has been convicted of a criminal prison sentence for violence against women. What kind of violence against women has Tommy committed? How has he been violent against women? These are all lies. These are not true statements that Nigel is making. He tries to, distance himself from Tommy, but all he's done is attack him. That's not distancing, is it? All he's done is attack Tommy, throw him under the bus, slag him off, and alienate his own core voter fan base. How would you know about the truth of all these grooming gangs, these crime incidents, sexual assault, this whole scandal, this whole ordeal? Mr. Farage, how would you know about it if not for Tommy's brave, courageous, valiant efforts to expose this as a citizen journalist? Stop throwing heroic figures like Tommy under the bus, stop slagging him off, and start telling him the truth. Stop gaslighting him. We're not the far right, we're not extremists, we're not racist, we're not ethno-nationalists as you blindingly think we are. He's completely brainwashing himself. And I'm on the same wavelength as Tommy Robinson. I am beyond disappointed in Nigel Farage. In fact, all of us are outraged, completely outraged by all the lies, all the things that Mr. Farage is saying, which are not true. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm going to show you all these clips, and thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time.
This Tommy Robinson character, who some see as a hero, and all right, he's talked about grooming gangs and other things, although he's hardly been on his own on that, has he? Robinson's talked about this, but he has a criminal record, a list as long as your arm, violence against women. I could go on, Nick. And all I'm saying is, look, Mr. Robinson, do what the hell you like. We are totally separate from that. And I never wanted, and you know this, you've known me long enough to know, I've never wanted my parties to have anything to do with the BNP or extremism, and I never will. There were people there that shouldn't have been there. That will never happen again. And that is, many of my American friends have seen one side of the Robinson story. He says he's in prison for exposing the grooming gangs, and they go, oh my goodness me, this is dreadful, he's a political prisoner. Fact is, he's been in prison many times over the years, 3 times for contempt of court. Once, he almost brought down a trial at which gang rapists were ultimately convicted.
It's important to remember that.
So I am actually on a campaign right now in America just to educate people as to who Tommy Robinson actually is.
All right. Sophie, thank you. You've mentioned Tommy Robinson a couple of times, Mr. Farage. Are Robinson supporters welcome in Reform UK?
Well, people who sympathise with the fact that he wants to fight against grooming gangs, yes. But if you genuinely think that this guy is a hero figure in every way, given his record, given some of the things, not just that he's said that he's done, then maybe we're not quite right for you. I understand a lot of people sympathise. Nick, a lot of people sympathise with what he's had to say about what's going on in British towns and cities. And he's grown up himself in Luton, where there have been a lot of community problems. So I understand that. Sympathy, yes. But if you're an outright guy thinking this should be the next Prime Minister, then clearly reform's not for you. Him and his close advocates can do what the hell they like. We're going to do what we do without them.
When you're in prison, small things are big things. And this isn't even a small thing. And they're big things because you sit and stew about them all day. And to say last week I was disappointed, or this week I've been disappointed with Nigel Farage, is an understatement. But I've gone from disappointment to outraged, as he's now lied on national radio. He's made the allegation that I have a criminal conviction for violence against women. It's an out-and-out lie. Nigel's a big voice, a serious voice. He gets taken seriously. People believe what he says. And he, time and time again now this week, he's took his opportunity to defame me, to slander me, to lie about me in a week where he sat. And I watched because he accused Kemi of lying about him, because Kemi said he played with a few numbers on his membership scheme. It's a bit of a different lie to making the ultimate accusation that I am violent against women. What's worse that he could have said? It's outrageous, Nigel. This is a lie. You know it's a lie. This isn't the first time. And you don't have to support me. I don't know why you keep sitting on TV and saying Tommy Robinson's not allowed to join Reform. I've not asked to join Reform. I never have. I'm doing my thing. All you had to say is he does his thing, we do ours. But you haven't. You've gone beyond that. You took the attack line. Some people are saying, well, he has to distance himself. You've not even tried to distance yourself. You're attacking me at a time when I don't have an opportunity to defend myself. At a time when I'm sat on solitary confinement for telling the truth, Nigel. You say contempt. 53 million people have watched that film. They know I told the truth. And I made the decision to play that film, which I don't regret. And I'm in jail now for that, and I don't regret it. Because I actually do believe in free speech. I do stand by my values and stand by my principles. So you don't have to support me. This isn't the first time. In my first contempt in 2017-18, when I was outside Leeds Crown Court reporting on grooming gangs, I was put in jail then. And I watched as Nigel Farage justified my imprisonment. And then I was released because everything they'd done was unlawful. But he took the establishment line then. My terrorism case, which is coming up on March the 20th, which everyone's going to get to see. And when I was arrested for terrorism, so many Reform members and supporters were demanding Nigel speak out against the abuse of power under terrorism legislation to detain a journalist and then charge me because I wouldn't give them access to my sources of information on my phone. It's outrageous. Nigel then said it was because of a passport. That's another lie. It'll be proven in the court case. And he's justified my treatment after playing my film Silence. And now this. Nigel, this is not fair. It's cowardly. I've made the attempt time and time again to say I don't want to be at war with Nigel Farage. I don't want to be going backwards and forwards with Nigel Farage. But I don't want you to lie about me. I'm not saying you have to support me. Just stop lying about me. I was hoping that you, Reform, would be a voice for working class people who have been betrayed.